That would be Miles there from Static Radio.
Yeah, Miles loves him, and he went to go see him, and he took off his shirt, which was a mistake, but he took off his shirt and was dancing around with him at the concert and stuff.
Yeah.
And got pictures
Is that
with
like
him. And all
the
this
girls
kind
on
of
the trampoline?
Yeah.
Girls on trampoline for the show,
like girls on
they have
tramp from the
same
man
look.
show. Yeah, not quite.
I was-
They play their own instruments, I'm pretty sure. So
You just beat
Yeah.
me to the man show joke. God damn it.
sorry.
What was
I'll
that,
take it
Marcus
back.
Sidnick?
You mean that show that Jimmy Kimmel was on a long time ago with
Yeah, something with Ziggy Ziggy,
Yeah.
Ziggy Ziggy, oi oi oi.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about blackface with Charles Barkley, but it's okay because it
Oh shit! Oh, I forgot about that episode.
episodes. There was multiple with hi, I'm a retarded black man. But you know what? As long as you you toe the line on the left, you're okay on our fucking part. Eat a dick. NASCAR, bitch. They're gonna turn left every time.
Holy fuck!
So that's cool. So you had somebody on the show, Bob, but what he just didn't show up or something, or when he did show up, he wasn't. I guess he
No,
wasn't in
it
the
was
show
a
or
woman,
something,
and
right?
she showed up, and then she never would talk. I tried to get her to talk, but
Oh, it was her.
she just was. Yeah, it was a her. Because typically on the show, so we tell our stories, and then at the end, if somebody's there, I mean, they can always chime in, but I try to get them, like I always ask you, Michael. I'm like, hey, you got anything going on? And tell something, but they wouldn't talk. But yeah. Miles was with I can't remember the guy's name. He was in Reno 911. He was, on that show, and he does a bunch of cartoon voices. But anyway, he was trying to get free stuff out of him at this Cornfield Comic-Con, this last weekend, and nobody was having it. And then I think they finally shoot him out of the area.
Yeah, he usually posts pictures on social, and I didn't see any pictures on there from the Comic-Con yet.
Maybe I need to post some. He sent me some pictures of the people he met, but I don't know that. I thought he was going to post them. Maybe he wanted me to. He's not very good.
He's
at
not very
communicating.
informative, Miles. He's very
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not very communicative sometimes, and so then I'm like, "Well, is this for me?"
Yeah, go ahead, Clark.
He saw a guy from
Savage.
Stranger Things called Andre Avachenko. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see
I
what
know
the
who
name
you're
of the
talking
guy
about.
was for the Carlos.
Mexico.
Carlos, what is his Carlos's last name?
Mencia.
No, it wasn't Carlos Mencia. Alazorki? I think that's his name.
Oligarchy.
Whatever, yeah.
And
But
I
he
also
was
about the oligarchs from Russia.
chatting him up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was a lot of people who were on cartoons and things. Oh, Eddie Deason. Do you guys know who Eddie Deason is? He saw him too.
Oh, I see it. What? We fucking met him? Wow.
Yeah, Eddie Deason he's old now, but he was in a lot of 80s movies. He plays the quintessential nerd geek guy.
Yeah, I know who that
in
is.
a lot of 80s movies. And so yeah, I think he got his autograph, as a
Wow.
matter of fact.
He knows a lot of famous people, fucking Miles. He's like,
He does, yeah. Well, he'll go talk to anybody. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he was wearing his stupid sweatpants too. I'm just looking at a picture here. Oh my God, he wears these sweatpants that got shit all over him, and he goes out in public with it.
oh,
God.
no, really?
It looks like he's basically eating Mexican food off of his pants.
Oh, my
and they're
God.
just coated with stuff.
He's a fucking nasty bastard, man.
Alazraqui, Carlos Alazraqui, Alazraqui.
He sounds explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like, I'm looking at a picture here. He does,
Meth.
all these different cartoon characters. If you remember, the Fairly Odd Parents, he was a character on that.
Yeah.
He was a lot of Nickelodeon things.
Hey,
He did voices for him.
Hey, Bob, 1 second. I think, Jen, she had to ask something. She had her hand up. Go ahead, Jen.
Oh no, go ahead. Just jump in.
Chime in, Jen.
Well, I'm just being polite tonight, you guys. So,
Why?
because I'm being respectful as best I can. The thing is I was going to ask you, Bob, does that Miles, your friend, does he take and go and travel to different places to like different cemeteries to take and scout them out and do research and whatnot?
Oh yeah, so he was he was up in Chicago, and he went to the cemetery where Al Capone was buried, and allegedly, yeah. And he keeps telling me he's related to Al Capone somehow. But anyway,
Miles is a walking storyteller, by the way.
Yeah, he's full of shit. But anyway, but yeah, he loves to go to all these. If you listen to him, he's like, the best place to go is cemeteries because they're free. And then they have entertainment as well because there's always something happening at the cemetery. You find famous dead people. You find people, crying on tombstones. I mean, it's like a shit show.
Apparently, there was a woman crying on a fucking tombstone on your show that he was talking about. And he was like, hey, by the way, do you know where this tombstone is? And she's like grieving over a loved one. And Miles is just like, just coming right on her.
He's just trying to find I can't remember who he told me, but it was some guitarist for some rock band and so forth that he wanted to go see their grave.
Yeah.
And and he did find it. He did eventually find it. So, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, I do it too. I went and saw Jim Morrison's grave in Paris, when I was there, and there was this, drunk Dutch man who was singing Doors songs while he was drinking vodka out of a flask.
Oh my God.
When I arrived there, yeah. And he like pours some out and he'd be like,
yeah. Hey,
but anyway,
one second. I want to welcome in, Roosevelt. He just grabbed the mic. What's up, Roosevelt? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
How's it going? This is, we're talking to, one of the very first podcasters, dating back like almost 25 years now to this date.
Yeah.
Bob Lament from Static Radio.
Is Abu short for something?
No, it's still a name I picked for Twitter.
That means I won't pay taxes.
Definitely.
And death to America. I think that's what it means.
No, that's a bit extreme.
Abu means I don't pay taxes. Okay.
Abu.
Income tax.
Well, I was just gonna say, Bob, there's a cemetery that's located near me, about a half hour away, and it's purported that one of the family mausoleums in that cemetery is so haunted that the smell of death emanates from it, and you can actually see like actual apparitions floating in and out of it at night and at different times.
It sounds like they didn't bury them deep enough that you could smell them. That's weird. Like, is there a fucking sewer growing underneath that fucking area, or just like something that's not taken care of?
I don't know, Static. But they said that it's heavily permeated.
Nope. Sandwich time. Static, you're a good person. I like you. I'm gonna send you a follow. You're funny. I like you.
Oh, thanks.
You got a
I think I'll take them follow too.
I got a pretty. Oh, thank. Yeah, don't be saying stuff like that, Croc. Come on now.
All right, a butthole.
Who said butthole?
I gave you a follow too, Bob. If you don't mind.
Hey, Croc,
I don't mind. You
Croc.
Follow whatever you want.
Hey, Croc, where did your Phoenix friend go? She fucking comes in here and she's fucking trolling my fucking space again. That fucking woman.
I think she's looking for drama. A lot of people that follow me are looking for drama, not intellect. So
there's a lot of drama right now. Bob's about to get into it with Mom.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. If Bob hold on. We can go balls deep. I will fucking Balls Deep Incorporated. Let's fucking go, son.
Are we talking intellectually?
I like this guy.
I think we're talking ineffectually.
Oh, I thought we were talking efficiency. I'm sorry. Wrong group.
Oh, gotta love
Goodness
those crickets.
Gracious. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was just Jen. So, but yeah, cemeteries are the untapped entertainment for the whole United States. You find a good cemetery, you'll find entertainment everywhere you go.
Yeah, if you want to talk to some Democratic voters, you go to a fucking cemetery. That is the fucking best place to find votes and ignorant people.
Well, are you from Chicago, Croc? Come on now.
No, Atlanta.
Oh, well, same
I'm
difference.
from Chicago.
Are you really? So you
Well,
know how it
I'm
is.
Yeah.
Everybody
Still
votes
alive?
twice and
I'm
the dead vote at
I'm
least 3
I'm
times.
I'm in the center of Michigan, right in the middle of the mitten.
Wow, that really sucks. I'm so glad that I'm from Chicago. I think that's the first time I've ever actually said that out loud.
I'm by Athens, Georgia. So it's a lot of white people.
Jen, I take that back. Croc. Oh wow, that really sucks. I'm so glad I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, I actually
So,
left my door unlocked one day, but it was okay.
so,
I don't know what that's like.
Mark, are you in the suburbs or are you in the city? Where are you at in Chicago? North,
Um,
south? What?
I grew up off Cicero on 92nd. There's a small little trailer park about 2 blocks from there.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
where are you at
it's,
now? You're still there?
Fancy.
oh, I'm in Florida now. Fuck that city. I
Oh,
love it,
okay.
but I'm not
There
gonna
you
pay the
go.
tax rate. They can fuck right off.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Thought you were flexing
I
about
don't
your
think, I don't think I've ever met anybody who said they lived in a trailer park in Chicago.
I live in Florida,
Yeah.
guys. It's magical here in the state of Florida, by the way.
Mark said he's Florida too. Are you
Yeah,
guys close to
especially
each
in
other?
St. Augustine
Except
and
the,
St. Petersburg.
except the fucking
It's
heat.
trailer park heaven there.
I love how
What?
the accent fucking jumped out. No, I live in the Panhandle, in between Panama City and Pensacola.
Nice. I always I love Mexico City Beach. Like that's like the one place you can go and relax with decent food, and nobody fucks with you. Between Tyndall and Panama City.
So Bob, I want to get back to some of your guests that you had on. You had this guy on called the Midnight Citizen, the art
Oh
of
yeah, Mike.
creation. That dude was fucking out there, man.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike Booty. Mike Booty, the Midnight Citizen. I've known him for gosh now quite some time. He's an interesting fella, and and I like Mike, but yeah, there you go. You got the conversation with the Midnight Citizen. The art of creation. That sounds highfalutin, doesn't it, Mark? But no, he's an interesting guy, and he's actually been recording himself on and off over the years for a long time as well. But he's a writer, and so I think we touched upon that. That's why we talked about the art of creation. And but he really likes to write, and he does some interesting things. But for some reason, he and I got off on the topic of pornography for quite some time during that conversation.
Yeah, he's got some type of fetish with pornography. When I was listening into that, what the fuck
I don't
was
know if
that
it's
about,
a fetish,
man?
but well,
Hey, I got one for you, static. What's the only warm organ? What's the only organ that stays warm in a dead woman's body? My dick.
oh my gosh, there you go. Ba-doompa.
Oh my God, Croc, you nasty old boy, you. Oh, Lord of mercy, that's gross.
It takes a man.
So we got off on that topic of pornography because a long time ago I worked in a video store, pre-Blockbuster, and we had pornography, right? We had a porno room, and that used to be the norm. All across the country, all these places would have mom and pop video stores full of pornography. And I think that's when we started talking about that and how back, before the pre-internet days for all you youngins, you had to go to some place to get your pornography, right? Be it a magazine or a video or something. And so we were talking about that because he worked at a store called Suncoast Video for a while, and I don't know if they had pornography there, but they had a lot of different movies and things. So,
They had a whole fucking aisle of that shit, Bob, back then.
Oh, did they? I rarely went, so I don't remember.
I'm 49 years old, and I remember when pornography had to be sold in a brown paper bag, for the porno mags and shit. Yep.
Yeah, it was a different world, right? So, but yeah, I had, there's a whole story if you go way back on the website about Disney and a porno. And so what would happen on Saturday night, the family would come in and dad would go into the porno room and then mom would take the kid over to the Disney section and they would get a Disney and a porno. And that was like a Saturday night special for everybody. So then the kid would watch the Disney movie, and then they'd send them to bed, and then the parents would watch the porno. And the big problem with that was they'd bring them back in the wrong box.
Oh no! Really?
So you had to be
Oh
really.
man!
What they would?
So you
What,
had
would
to be.
would they like? They would just put it right in the box, and they would take that and put it right in the children's section.
Well, so then, yeah, if you work there, you had to be diligent because this is the day, whenever they were just in these clear boxes and so forth. And yeah, so you had to make sure the porno got back in the porno box and the Disney got back in the Disney box. And, but sometimes that didn't happen. And then we get these phone calls from angry parents who put a porno in and left their children alone.
I remember when videos
You remember doing
were
that, Jen? Oh
rented
my
out
God.
shut up. I remember when videos were rented out in a black box or a brown box way back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. Welcome on in, Lee. How you doing, Lee?
Hello, how are you?
Where are you
Good.
joining us from, Lee?
I'm from England.
England. Wow.
Are you really? What part of England?
I take it the topic is pornographic magazines and stuff, is it?
No.
No,
Oh,
we're just
well, I
bouncing
mean, well,
around.
No,
we're
that's definitely
talking.
the topic.
We're talking about
They're
like
talking.
this is actually a featured guest speaker that we have in the room tonight. His name is Bob
All right.
Lament.
Thank God for that. So we're keeping it clean. Great.
Where
No.
you at in England, Lee?
Guessing, but
Blackpool.
what's that, sir?
Blackpool? Seriously, you're in Blackpool? Okay.
Yeah, at the moment
I would have
am.
guessed
I
Essex.
originally come from London.
Oh, okay.
Was
But you're
Blackpool,
vacationing in
never mind.
Blackpool. Okay.
No, I live in Blackpool now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
You know where Blackpool is, don't you? It's on the
Yeah,
northwest coast.
I'm somewhat familiar.
Oh, great. There's nothing happening here in the winter. It's like you could say a graveyard. It's like a living death. But in the summer, it comes to life.
Yeah, you
What
have
a
like
fucking
big
segue you
magic
brought that in with,
conventions
Bob.
there and stuff. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
No. I said, what a segue he brought that in. We were just talking about cemeteries, Lee, with his co-host Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And we actually in Atlanta have a lot of black pools.
Tell me, what is your...
I can tell you this much. If you guys knew my former job for 5 years, you all would be incredibly cringed out to the max.
Well, what was it?
Porn?
You can't just drop a bomb like that and then not set it off.
I was a mortuary apprentice at a county morgue building, and I was also a body recovery technician.
What?
So yeah, I did
So
that
what-
from 18 years old till 22 years old.
Were you, when you say body recovery, were you talking like accidents and things like that, or what?
Oh yeah, and even crime scenes and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, we basically had to bag them and tag them and get them processed and have them ready for the cops. Oh yeah, we did it all.
Oh my God, that's a horrible job.
Hold on, ready?
And I also had to take an assist in autopsies. And I also had to assist in autopsies with the weighing of organs and assisting with the Y incisions and all of that. Oh yeah.
No, you can't.
And also
You
the
can't
chest
do that
breakers
before the
too and
police
all
get
that.
there. You can't say that before the police. The police have to do that.
No, that was when we had to take in, when we got them fresh coming in. You know, the coroner would take them, bring them in, and we would have to process them out. And then sometimes we get calls, and we had to go out on site to take and do body recovery because the police needed extra assistance. So that's what we had to do. Yep. I had to do bloaters and floaters and human soup to burger me and all kinds of shit. Oh yeah.
What does that do to you? I mean, think about that. You're having to see all this kind of stuff.
Listen to her.
And
Super desensitized, super quick.
I'm basically, I basically had to tone a lot of that shit out. I just basically considered it looking at slaughterhouse meat, and I just processed it out as such.
That's interesting. I actually worked in a slaughterhouse a long time ago, but
I did when I was 10 to 13 years old with my daddy 4 hours after school. And I got paid $2.50 an hour to be a bone disposer and an entrail disposer.
the good
Can I
stuff.
ask you? Can I ask you a question, gentlemen? Are you actually digital creators? Do you do a lot of stuff yourself
In what terms do you mean?
in entertainment, like producing your own videos,
Oh,
making
sure. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. What's the question other than are we creative?
Uh, I was going to ask, what is it? What specialized area are you good in?
So, like, are you good, like a good shooter? Are you a good editor? That kind of thing?
Well, yeah, sort of. Do you produce your own stuff? Are you music? Are you bass?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. No, I would say, well, for me, and Michael, you can answer for you, but for me, I pretty much do all my own production and stuff, and but I don't do music. I mean, I suppose I could do some, but that's not my forte. Obviously, I'm got a big mouth, and I just do a lot of talking.
Yeah, Lee. Who this gentleman is he's more of a in the United States we call it. There's a lot of labels for us. We're either content
Asshole,
creators, we're
jerk.
either podcasters, talk radio hosts, stuff like that.
Oh, do you do a lot of do you do a lot of hosting shows and stuff like that? It's
Oh
quite
yeah.
interesting.
So yeah, do interviews, do hosting, tell stories. I mean, it's all mostly, verbal kind of stuff, but I've also done, occasional video and stuff like that here and there and
But
everywhere.
don't get it confused because he doesn't have many followers. He does never do anything on X here. He barely
No, it's
was
the first
figuring
time
out how to
I've been
come in
on
this room.
here.
Yeah, mainly, if I may, Bob, mainly, Static Radio here. A lot of his content is presented on, digital platforms like Plausible, Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music. That's pretty much where you can find them. YouTube,
Yeah, any of that stuff.
TikTok, just about everywhere.
Anywhere fine podcasts are found, or any podcasts are found these days.
Do you find podcasting quite easy to do?
Nowadays I do. It wasn't easy before, but now it's I mean, it's pretty easy right now. I mean, it's probably the easiest it's ever been right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to really have, you have a microphone and a computer and a good connection, and you can do just about anything, as opposed to, before you had to have a lot more skills. Haktui, yeah, there you go. But so are you looking to do that, or do you already do that? You said the power.
I've got what I do is I've got a YouTube channel. I'm on the other social apps as well, like TikTok, Instagram, here on Twitter, Facebook. I do groups. I create groups, and I also create groups for other people, to start them off. So whatever their genre is, I just create for them and then get them all set up.
So, but you're not you don't do the content. You're kind of like a background person that sets things up or what have you.
Well, a group, I think you know what a group means. It means that whatever, say you were Star Trek, yeah? I would create the content for Star Trek. I'll put their name on it. And also I would actually do a lot of material on there for them to get them started off, so they would draw more people to them. The same way as you do with your space,
But you don't do anything. You don't do the Lee Anthony show or anything like that, huh?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually doing what you call Doctor Who. It's a sort of watch along. I did it the same way as I did on my YouTube channel, a watch along, where I narrate what's going on. because you're not allowed to show certain things on YouTube because it comes under the Copyright Act. Same with music, which I find a bit daft, really, because a lot of people are copying stuff, so it's got to be the copyright for that. But I have been blocked by YouTube for doing music, copying stuff that's come from my DVDs onto the channel, and they tend to sort of mute you, so you can't get any good stuff on there. And it's a bit frustrating, really.
Yeah, Lee, I have a question for you. Are you able to catch a lot of, us podcasters there in England or London with a lot of the stuff on Spotify?
What I've got is Podbean. That's a podcast app, I think. There is a lot of podcasters on there. I haven't got Spotify, no.
Yeah, just the reason I'm familiar with Podbean. I'm actually on Podbean. Static Radio, I believe, is on Podbean as well too. Yeah, I'm familiar with that platform. Big platform, by the way.
Yeah, it is. I've actually tried to start off on there, but it's very difficult because it's it's like you're jumping onto the ground and running sort of thing. You've got to be ready. And if you haven't got the right material, or you're too slow, or you haven't got the right equipment, it's not going to work. Nobody's going to get to know who you are. So that's why I went to YouTube, because YouTube gave me a chance to be seen by loads of people when I did my live streams and stuff. And I did everything from shows and basically live streaming, guests and stuff like that. So it got me noticed,
Yeah. I want to go back over to Bob here with Static.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, did I take up too much time?
No, you're fine. I appreciate you for coming in. I don't even follow you, but you found us, and that's what Savage Underground is about. Reaching people and bringing in really interesting people on here like Static Radio and others. And I appreciate it. We're up to about 25 listeners already, as I notice people coming and going. So I appreciate that.
You're lucky. I'll be lucky if I've got 2 listeners.
Oh, well, I mean, there's sometimes we do, 50 listeners. Sometimes I think the largest space I ever had was about 788 listeners. So I appreciate you for coming in. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you allowing me to talk on your space. I really appreciate it. I look forward to coming back. I really do.
Yeah. Thank you. You're always welcome. Stick around. So Static Radio, I want to go to, the transitioning, on how you came about from 1998, into, I guess now digital podcasting, right? Digital radio. When did you find that approach? Let's talk about iTunes, because iTunes was the original formula, was it not?
Oh yeah. So as far as how that all came about, so I guess we were doing the show for about 5 years, just throwing it out on the internet and so forth. And then, podcasting came along, and that was, Adam Curry and Dave Weiner were working on this thing. And I was listening to, there was people out there creating shows back then, but not a lot. And Adam Curry was one of the big ones, because if you're old, Adam Curry was a VJ on MTV, right? And, all that stuff. And so he was doing a show called The Daily Source Code, and he was talking about how they were making what was what created podcasting, which was the RSS enclosure, right? So then that way you could have a link to an audio file, and now RSS is everywhere and everything, and has all kinds of stuff in it, not just audio, but the MP3 had to come along and everything for all this to happen. So then Curry was making a list. And so, I was listening to him, and I sent in to him and I said, hey, we've been doing this show, and, put us on the list. And so he put us on what would be the kind of original podcasting list. And that was the word come out because of an article. And I can't remember the name of the journalist, but he actually was the person who I think said podcast first. They were just calling it something else. Originally.
Yeah, there's something I never asked you, Bob. I've known you for a hot minute already, for about going on 2 years, but there's a question I never asked you. You talk about this list with podcasting. How many people were on this list, including yourself, at that time?
So at that time, it was, I always say that we were within the first 50, because I can't remember. but we were probably lower than that. So we were probably within like the first 25 or 30 shows that Adam Curry put on his list. And a lot of those don't even exist anymore. It was like, Soccer Girl was one of them. If you look up Soccer Girl, that was a big thing back then. And, I'm trying to even remember, but a lot of them have gone by the wayside from back then. Keith and the Girl. It was always these girl things. I always told Miles, I was like, I need to chuck you and get some hot girl to be my co-host, because then we'd actually get some attention, as opposed to some fat slob.
I actually know a hot girl, man. You can reach out to her. Her name is April. No, I'm serious, Bob. Her name is April Brooker. She's a comedian like yourself, and hey, you might want to put Miles on standby and bring her in on this show.
Okay,
you guys,
exactly.
You and Miles have been together for fucking decades, man. So I don't want to.
It wouldn't work out as well. But
what the fuck? I'm pretty fucking hot.
Are you, Croc? You're hot, really?
Yeah.
If Miles was here, he'd say send some pics, and then he would scrutinize you. But anyhow, oh,
hey Bob. Speaking of Miles, I actually threw him an invite here on X, because I noticed he's on X, so I threw him an invite.
Oh,
hopefully,
he's got something. If he checks it, who knows? He's such a, I don't know. You know, he's his own thing. You know, he does his own thing.
You talking about Miles?
Yeah,
Davis?
like Miles Davis, exactly.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He goes to his own, he toots his own horn. I don't know what you call it, but, the Curry thing. So Curry made the list, right? And so at one point, I'm trying to remember, there's probably like 150 or something, on the list. And Apple comes along and they're going to make a podcast area on iTunes. And what they did was, ripped off Adam Curry's list. And so when iTunes opened, the first day iTunes opened, we were on iTunes. No one contacted us. No one said anything. I found out because a listener, wrote me a note and said, did you know you're on iTunes? And I'm like, I don't even know. What are you talking about? And so, so the first iTunes, stuff was seeded by Adam Curry's list and, NPR, because NPR was hot on all this, right? So you remember, back in the day when all this started, NPR was the, had all the top shows, and
they were the original formula, Bob.
Yeah.
NPR. They're still around, but I mean, if you want to talk about the grandfather or the godfather of podcasting, NPR was the original. Yeah,
exactly. So they pulled all them in because they were hot on it too, and that's what started with the iTunes podcasting, was all that stuff. But no one talked about it or anything. No one really said much. And that's what it all started. And then, from there, this you can kind of roll along. I always, jokingly say this is the third wave of podcasting. So the first wave was 2003 when they first invented iTunes podcasting section. The second wave was around 2011. And then the third wave was 2020, during COVID, when everybody, but it's taken that long really for it to become, a median for people to use.
Yeah. Within like 22, 23 years, it went from 50 people to now, I just looked at it, Bob, it's up to like almost 2.5 million worldwide.
Yeah,
that's exactly. A large scale. Yeah.
That's why nobody comes to listen to Lee, because there's 2.5 million of these things. You got to choose one. And poor Lee gets left out.
Yeah, poor Lee. I mean, but out of 2.5, that's a lot of competition. But you could say that guys, you're talking to somebody that was before Joe Rogan, before Tucker Carlson, before Dan Bongino, before everyone. The Hodge twins. I mean, you were one of the 50.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys are talking to like one of the godfathers of the original podcast formula. That's a good label to have, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it. You can put it on there. The funny thing is,
so basically, sorry.
No, go right ahead. Just don't talk about dead bodies anymore, Jen. You're making me depressed with the dead body.
Well, basically, Bob, you're basically what they call the OG of the podcast realm then,
I guess
right?
so.
You're basically the OG.
I hate to be old, but yeah, it's true. I'm old. I'm the old guard, or what are you going to say?
Well, I mean, you can't be much older than what I am. I mean, if you've been in the biz for this length of time,
That's true.
You can't.
Guess what? Now, Jen, you're old too, unfortunately.
Well, I'm 49, so I don't know exactly how old you are, but I mean, I remember the progenitor, podcast shows, and I remember NPR and all of them, and I'm like, well, that was pretty fascinating stuff back in the day, I mean, it was highly informative,
Oh yeah. Well, we've never, been your information source. We're basically your source if you want to relax and laugh at some stupid story.
Well, I considered NPR kind of like the ground pounder of the underground information airwave. That's what I considered it as, the underground airwave,
Yeah.
Sort of like pirate radio.
Exactly.
It literally was like pirate radio,
Yeah, that is exactly what it was like, because it was all, Wild West, do what you want. And I had done other radio work where you can't curse and so forth, and so it was very freeing to be able to do what you want and say what you want and be a real honest person. Like Croc here is a real honest person. He's saying stuff, and that's really, I think, what it should be about. Unfortunately, you don't want to what do you want to say? You don't want to do that where all the kids can hear you, but now they're doing it anyway. So I don't know what they're trying to control. It's going to happen no matter what. But you do what you do and be yourself.
Well, what's next for you? I notice you and Miles kind of dabbling into the plausible network. That's great. Bringing that reach out. What's next for your show, man? I mean, are you kind of doing the same thing like myself, or are you just kind of going with the flow?
Well, we always go with the flow, because about every year or 2 years, I'm assuming that Miles is just not going to show up one of these days, and then I'll have to figure it out, because it is a weird combination of the two of us. I joke that we're the odd couple, right?
Has he given you that approach, Bob? That he might not just.
Oh, he constantly tells me, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, then that's fine. But I mean, we get, but it's that combination of things, right? So when you find a combination that works and it works consistently, then you gotta kind of stick with it. But yeah, I'm always worried because he's kind of a loose cannon. So if you were to say, I'm trying to think. So I'm probably, if you think of it in terms of, I'm trying to think of some comedians or something. So he's more Bill Murray, right? He's a total loose cannon kind of person, and just kind of goes with the flow and does what he wants. And I'm much more of like a Steve Martin, which is kind of a little more straight laced, and I want to get it done, and I'll show up every week and do the work, and he, wants to just do, whatever he thinks is fun at the moment. And,
yeah,
he's been showing up, but every once in a while it gets
he's committed. I mean, as long as he's committed for the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what was it? I don't think you were. So I happened upon. I did an interview.
I missed Monday night's plausible show. I wasn't there. So.
Well, no, you told me, you said you had plans. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, live a normal life.
Live a normal life, exactly. But I interviewed Leanne Linsky. She's the one who came up with this plausible thing, and
she's the founder of the damn thing. Yeah,
it was really interesting, and so we've been doing this because I find this kind of live. So everything we've done the whole time has all been off the cuff. Kind of stuff, right? So there's
you're like one of the fewest podcasts out there, Bob, that you're very unscripted. You don't read off of a script. You just kind of like go along with it, especially with your comedy, man. Like your storytelling and into the shows are all like free form, but it's more or less on a personal scale, but you do bring some comedy in that. Yeah. And that's very rare.
it's just all free form improvisation and everything. So I thought, hey, this is a good platform. And so then I somehow talked Miles into doing this because it's hard. So we have always typically recorded on the same day at the same time over the years. It's changed a little bit just because of, this and that and family stuff and whatnot. But so
Yeah, I get
now
it.
we've hit upon Mondays at 9:30 and we're doing them live on Plausible, which I think is hilarious because then you kind of, it's kind of like what you're doing here, Michael, where you get some other people, you get some feedback, you get,
Yeah.
crazy stories about dead bodies and
And
guys from England.
let me chime in here because I noticed Croc was, he wanted to kind of come in here for a minute, but I do want to thank some people coming in. I noticed the count now is up to 35. I'm keeping track of the other listeners because other listeners are also considered listeners, right? So it is up to about 35. So I appreciate the hell out of it, guys. Share this space. If you don't want to be part of the space and you want to stick in there on the bottom as other listener can be chimed in from any other platform, whether it's, X here or sometimes it goes into third party. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys, sticking around. Thank you very much, Jen, Lee, of course, Croc. He is a pain in the ass, but, he is part of the Savage Underground. Appreciate you, Croc. And come around, guys, to Plausible on Monday nights with, Static Radio. It's hilarious. You'll see the comedy uproar of, Bob and Miles here from Static Radio. But, go
Hello,
ahead, Croc.
Savage.
Thanks.
Hello. I've got to go now.
Static.
But thank you very
Lee,
much.
we
I
just
appreciate
met
it.
you.
Yeah, you're going already? Jesus Christ, man.
It's probably,
Get
it's
that
got to be
fucking
like
kangaroo
4:00 in the
off your
morning
front
there or
porch.
something, isn't
That's
it, Lee?
correct. It is 4:00 in the morning, exactly. Yeah.
Are you just getting up or are you just going to
Well, it's
bed?
time to wake
No,
up.
4:00 in the morning means it's bedtime, I think.
All right. Well,
Well, what the fuck? You just wake up at fucking noon?
get
Just
your
like,
It's
beans.
yeah,
been
You're not going to
it's
have your
been
beans and
lunch.
toast for a
wonderful
while.
talking to all of you. It really has.
Take it easy.
No, I
Thank you
appreciate
very
you, Lee.
much.
You're always
Have
welcome
a
back,
good
buddy.
one, man.
All right.
Bye for
4
now.
o'clock in the morning. The guy's he's a bloody vampire, but he's got to go to bed, I guess. I don't know.
No, he's sucking something else. But Static, dude, I do like your the improv thing because that's really what I'm about. Because I've never actually gone into a conversation knowing what I was going to say, and Savage can agree with you on that one. Like, can agree with me, saying I say some stupid shit. But that's why I like you, and I think you actually would be a good person to have in our group, and actually be a good, personality because you're off the cuff, and I fucking like it. I mean, you're not special, but I aren't
What?
either.
You're telling him
Unless
he's
you're
not
talking about
special? What
depressed.
the hell? You fucking.
All I know is that
Oh,
Bob
I'm
is
retarded.
First
I'm
absolutely a
retarded.
breath of fresh air. I absolutely enjoyed listening to him.
You're gonna get so many more followers. So I think you should be more privy to these conversations of
Well, there you go.
awesomeness.
I know Michael
and the
keeps
lack
telling me to
thereof.
do this, and so I shouldn't blame Miles for everything. I drag my feet constantly too. So,
Well, Bob, you and I come from the same backyard of entertainment, man. I mean, you're very well informed with radio and how that goes about. Guys, the way I met Bob is, I mean, it kind of just went the way it was supposed to, right? I mean, we piggyback off of a lot of experience, and I think that's why we're so well put together sometimes if I'm on his show and, I bring him on my show from time to time as a special, guest speaker with the podcast. And, we go into a lot of political comedy. We go into regular comedy. We go into just about like, regular general society of talking points, but we kind of go into like storytelling. I'm not going to rip you off a lot, Bob, because you are the original storyteller of podcasting, and that's why I value it.
Yeah, whatever. We love Michael and I have bonded over talking about high urinals, if I remember correctly.
Yes, high urinals and therapists that I banged.
That's right. And your proclivity to have sex with your therapist. Yes.
We can't talk about that. I'm actually seeing somebody right now, Bob. So we're going to have to put that on the side there.
Ixnay on the therapist.
Are you a therapist, Bob? Because I'd like to.
I'm
Quack! Oh my God.
Shut up, Jen. You're just jealous.
You shut up, Croc. I ain't jealous at all.
Oh my goodness.
What happened there?
And yes, we do get kind of feisty, Bob. So there you
No,
go.
that's perfectly fine. All of a sudden, I thought for a second there, I thought somebody was going to say I'm the best French kisser or something. I don't know.
No,
Well,
you
I've
don't
never
use
been told that I was disappointing, so
Oh,
there you go.
no.
I was going to say something horrible, but I'll say it in a minute.
Okay.
Anyway, so I want to go into this because it's been kind of driving me up the wall here. Not that I'm like, depressed about it, but I actually had a very large podcaster, Bob, plug me out, and I triggered him. And he was going into like political shit, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I thought that was kind of impressive where he gave me a plug. He is a very large podcaster on Spotify and iHeart and everything, and he goes into saying this, and I call this savage derangement syndrome. He's like, "Fuck you, Savage, go suck your own dick, you fucking crazy bastard, get out of my fucking life."
Really? Just recently?
Oh yeah. Last week wasn't it, Croc?
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal. It really was brutal.
I'm bringing up Snyder. If y'all know Snyder, Static, that is my boyfriend, and leave him alone.
What?
Okay.
Snyder.
What?
You guys are fucking dating now? What the hell's going on here?
No.
Oh yeah, it's official.
He got me in a croc lock.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's like a joke, just like America.
Anyways, well, welcome in, Snyder. This is Static Radio, a really good friend of mine from the Midwest, one of the longest running original podcasters, and still doing it to this day. 25 years, man, in the business. So you're talking to a true professional here.
And he's got a.
You did what?
Wow, he's been podcasting longer than most marriages survive.
Well, there you go. Probably longer than your relationship with Croc will last.
Oh, I like your rectum. I mean, your joke.
Oh, somebody's spicy today. Holy moly.
I got that Taki in that butthole.
What's
Bob, you're going to have to deal with some of the stuff that's being said here, dude.
Oh, well, deal with it in what way? I don't know.
It just, whatever comes out, it just, like, it's there,
What comes out doesn't matter.
Chatting?
It's what goes in is what matters.
Croc, shut up, you little perv butt.
Shut up and swallow.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I would say something, but I'm not going to.
Trump's campaigns. Shut up and swallow.
All right, guys, shut up and let Bob talk, for God's sakes. But before you talk, I want to welcome in a new listener, Megan, joining us. Megan the Mustang. Hey, I know her. What's up, Megan? Sorry, I'm fucking plugging you like I just met you.
That happens sometimes.
Anyways, welcome in, Megan. This is Static Radio joining us, featured guest speaker on Savage Underground tonight. One of the longest running podcasts, 25 years and still going strong. So I'm going to shut up. Bob, I'm going to let you speak now.
Oh, where do we want to talk about now? Set us up with a topic here, Michael.
You lasted longer than Magic Johnson with AIDS. That's what he's saying. You're doing a great job.
I think Magic Johnson's still alive. He's doing fantastic.
Yeah, you're lasting longer.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
yeah, you're like the fucking Energizer Bunny for fucking podcasts.
He's got it going on. He's had the AIDS for a long time, that Magic Johnson. Where do we want to take off from here, Michael? Give me a.
Well, I mean, we kind of went over everything, man. We went over like your podcasting experience, how you got into the fucking business. Mm-hmm. Then we talked about Miles. But I want to get into like, here's something that probably some of your listeners may not be aware of, or maybe some of the people that you had on your show, because you're similar to me, man. You've had a lot of different types of fucking personalities on your show.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
had some weirdos, you had some strange people, you had some funny people, you had
Mhm.
some people that you probably were scratching your head like, what the hell am I thinking of bringing them on?
Oh, I mean, well, actually, not as many as you would think. I mean, most people they usually have something good to say, or else I
Well,
probably wouldn't contact them
hold the
so.
phone, Bob. Are you trying to say somebody that's been in podcasting longer than I have, right?
Mhm.
I have experience with radio, but I'm only going into my 6th season. You're
Mhm.
25 years into it already. So
Yeah.
25 years, you're telling me that I had more people on than you have?
No, I'm saying that they
Oh,
all have
okay.
something to say. I mean, I usually don't, like Miles and I don't have guests every week or anything. So the guest thing has ebbed and flowed throughout the years. We have always done our bit, right? Every week, but we haven't always had guests. And so, kind of a funny story is this is even before podcasting was a term. You guys know who Will Wheaton is? He was on Star Trek. Nice
Yeah, yeah.
young actor.
I remember Will Wheaton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he was that kid on Stand By Me too.
yeah, Stand By Me. He was on The Big Bang Theory on television for a while there, and so this would probably be around 2002, something like that. I was reading. He had kind of got out of show business and he was blogging because blogging was really big back then. And I was reading his blog and I reached out and I said, we do this audio show. Why don't you come on it? And I was talking to him and he was going to do it. Right. So this would be at the time. I mean, he wasn't very he's more popular now than he was back then, but he was obviously an actor of some note at the time. And so I was trying to get him to be an interview and I included Miles in this. And then Miles writes him and he asks, out of all your Stand By Me, buddies, the 4 guys, so River Phoenix and Jerry O'Connell, and et cetera, he's like, which one had the biggest tool? He asked Will Wheaton this question. Yes, exactly.
Oh shit!
And then, of course, Will Wheaton would not talk to me anymore. So he totally submarined our celebrity interview situation.
Well, he butchered it. He butchered it to hell in a handbasket.
Well, he's kind of being himself, right? Because that's just kind of like Croc here. He just kind of throws shit out there. Unfortunately, it would have been better if he did that after we had the interview or in the interview when it was happening rather than before the interview. So we didn't even get it. Right. So yeah, that kind of stuff has happened from time to time. But we've had some people on. I've had people who wrote books like Michael does and stuff like that. And all of them are kind of interesting. And I've done more interviews, nowadays I do more than I did,
you're getting into a lot more interviews. I noticed that,
yeah. Well, I interviewed you, right? So I interviewed you and I interviewed Sauce and
we haven't seen Sauce in a very long time. I'm very concerned for him.
Yeah,
but,
I know. Well, but I think, we'll see where he
dropped off the fucking radar, man.
Yeah. I told you he's playing house or something.
Well, yeah, he's banging that fucking woman that remember when we had him on the show?
Mm-hmm.
You were part of the conversation. And,
the
like Sauce, I was like, what's so funny? You got your cheeks are redder than Santa Claus. And he's like, What? I'm not doing anything. I was like, not doing anything. You just looked at the girl in the video after you posted it on TikTok. You're telling me that you didn't bang her? Look like you just got out of the damn room with her. Don't try to use your Christianity to cover it.
That's right. He was, that was the doctor, right? So that was his, doctor.
Yeah. Oh, no. We're talking, that woman. And then there was another woman from Atlanta, that he claimed that she had gonorrhea or something like that, which was disgusting.
Yeah, that was, weird. Poor Sauce. Croc's throwing in the one-liners here.
Yeah, Croc, you can chime in, buddy.
No, I got attacked by my friend down here, Static, my new friend, that just throws random shit out there. I got a lot of fun shit to throw out there. It's not so random. Let's just go with some normal shit. But,
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'd like to hear from my friend Snyder.
What's up, Snyder?
About what?
I don't know.
Snyder, is your dog okay? It sounded like it was just crying as you came in.
Yeah, I kind of heard that too.
That was
Oh
Megan.
no, no, that's me and Justin. We're watching the Alamo.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you were beating the shit out of your dog. Just making sure, there's no, animal cruelty over there, buddy.
Yeah, Christine Nolan up in this bitch.
You watching Alamo
No,
with like John Wayne?
that happens on Fridays.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So, tell us about the Blue Cat. Guys, Bob is known for the Blue Cat persona. He's been doing it for about 7 years now? 7, 8 years?
Yeah, somewhere in that. The Blue Cat came along because one of the listeners thought it would be funny if we were animated, and so over the years I was trying to. I'm not an animator, and so I'm always trying to do something, right? So the Blue Cat came along because I finally did figure out how I could animate us doing the show, and I became a Blue Cat, and Miles became a snowman. And, for a while, I forgot, at least like 6 months, I think I was animating every show, but Miles is a Luddite. And so he can't, he doesn't have technology, and Miles don't go together very well. And so then
he's technology impaired.
Yeah. And so I had to do all this work. And so it got to be too much. And so I quit animating the show, because it just was taking up a lot of time. But then I got this whole thing where I wanted to guest on things. And so I brought the Blue Cat back to be my persona when I was being a guest on different things. And now I've just brought it out. I just do it every week, as just the persona of Bob on the internet now.
Oh God.
What's that, Jen? Jen's got her hand up. What does that mean?
Yeah. Hey, Bob. If I remember correctly, you had a persona, the Blue Cat persona, show. Do you remember a guest by the name of Frank Dashwood?
No. Should I remember that?
Yeah, well, he was a guest, on some show that had a blue cat that was featured on it. And
Really?
he's a good friend of mine from over in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe you didn't tell me his
he
last
was
name.
on a show with a blue cat persona, and he shared it with me a long while ago. And I was
What
like,
year was
wait
this,
a
Jen?
freaking minute. And he does cryptocurrency and stuff, so.
Oh, does he? I may have been on a crypto thing. I've talked about that every once in a while. Actually, I know I'm friends with a guy who's a Bitcoin millionaire.
Well, do you know a David Tuman or and Monero and all of that?
No, that rings a bell. I mean, maybe I didn't know their last name, but I may have been part of a guesting on something else. Not on my show, but on somebody else's show about that. Cause I did,
Well, it was a collaboration of sort. Yeah.
Cause I have talked about that a little bit. Not that I'm super into it, but I do have a mild interest in that. I wish, like everybody, right? So I wish that I would have, been a little more involved. I kind of dabbled in stuff early on for Bitcoin and whatnot, but didn't really commit, And now my friend is a millionaire and I'm not, so thank goodness, right?
Well, I remember a long while back that he sent me a video, and there was like this blue cat persona, just chatting it up with him, and he was on a live video feed, and I'm like, wait a minute, and you mentioned blue cat, and I was like, wait a minute, is that the same? That kind of thing, like putting two and two together,
to show me, and then I could tell you for sure, but I don't remember. I mean, the names are vague, but, I do, like I do Michael's show probably more regularly than other things, but I pop on to different stuff and
yeah, you'll be on, guys, Bob, you'll see actually the blue persona, in the video, format when we go on Restream Network, this Friday. He'll be joining us Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see a lot of, just Google search, Static Radio, and you'll see the blue cat of what Bob is referring to all over the place. He's on different types of podcasts as well. I noticed that you had a couple of shows that you were on this past year. I kind of caught that and a little bit of last year too, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'm trying. I just did a thing. I don't know if the video. Actually, tonight maybe I'm going to be on a Sacramento radio. I did a thing I recorded about 3 weeks ago where I was reading stories. There's this is going to sound so bizarre. So I talked to this guy. His name is Trevor Doyle. He's Irish, but he's
I've seen that.
He lives in the States. I interviewed him for my thing, but I did a thing for him where he's lived in the States, but he's this Irish guy, and he does what he calls bedtime stories for adults, and so then he uses artificial intelligence. So on we talk, we email or whatever, and he's like, send me some ideas for an AI story. I did that, and then I appeared on his show, and he gives me the story that got generated from the ideas, and then I read the stories, and then we talked about them. But he also does. He has a show. He plays that show as a podcast, but he also plays it on Sacramento radio. KBH or KHBH. Anyway, I think it's on tonight, oddly enough.
I'm going to check it out.
It was fun. It was weird, and it was fun. And I did a Dr. Seuss type story. I did a Stephen King story, and and I read those.
So hey Bob, that recording that you just mentioned, that's going to be airing. Is that airing on cable television tonight, or is that actually through like a platform?
No, so he goes through, I think, Podbean or one of those, but he does it through the radio station in Sacramento. It's I wish I could remember the call letters, but it's like
it's in Sacramento.
Yeah,
okay,
KBH or something like that.
Yeah,
it plays on. So then it'll play. I think it plays tonight on there. Because it's bedtime stories for adults, right? It's like an hour format.
Oh wow! Okay.
And
hey,
I did that.
Hey Bob, 1 second. We got a new speaker coming in. Dame. Welcome in, Dame. How you doing?
Hey, hi. Yeah.
Just hey, hi, yeah. What you
joining?
Named. Oh, my name is Dan Chimera. The eyes are for fun.
Effect.
Okay. So what's up?
I don't know. I just come in here once in a while to see who I'm following and all that extra nonsense, and then join the stream and slightly vibe out.
You're vibing. Okay. You're vibing.
Well done.
Hey,
that's my main goal, to vibe and help everyone feel said vibe.
So you're gay.
That's fucked up, but damn, it's true.
I can feel your tater in my tot, buddy.
Oh my God!
Don't ever quote me on that.
I like
don't.
missiles.
Here, let me Michael. I've got this. Let me read a couple of lines from this Dr. Seuss thing. It's kind of kooky. So, are you ready? Here we go. The adventure of Sam and Lou in the meatpacking factory. In a town called Blue Spruce on a holiday's eve, two friends named Sam and Lou had a trick up their sleeve. They ventured out late with a map and a snack to a meatpacking factory just for a lark. The sky was ink black, the stars hidden from sight as Sam and Lou wandered in the cool of night. Their flashlights flickered as they made their way to the factory gates where they'd planned to play. Through the big iron doors they slipped with a grin, unaware of the adventure about to begin. The machine stood still, the belts ceased their hum, for the workers had left, the factory was numb. But what I told him, I said, let's have a story about two friends who are trapped in a meatpacking factory.
Now that sounds like a
Yeah.
fun story.
In
Oh,
the Dr. Seuss way, and that's what the AI came up with. And there's more to it, but I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
that AI is dangerous. 1 second. We actually have a fellow podcast joining us tonight. Last Two Brain Cells podcast.
Oh yeah,
Interesting name there. How are you? Join us. Grab a mic. So I got 3 of us now, 3 podcasters in here, including myself, Static Radio, and Last Two Brains. Cool.
I salute podcasters. They do the things that I don't want to do.
Oh, well, what don't you
What?
want to do?
Women?
I do want to do women. I'm bisexual. But, nah, I just don't like speaking. It feels like I'm speaking to myself, and when I don't have my
You don't
friends
have a
over, it
problem,
feels
shut the
worse.
fuck up.
I love you too.
You got a pretty mouth.
Oh, God. Stop with the gayness. I'm getting a headache, for God's sakes.
oh my goodness. So that was still damned, wasn't it? It wasn't the Last Two Brain Cells. Are you talking Last Two Brain Cells?
No, I sent him a mic, Static. See if he's coming in here.
I actually follow the Last Two Brain Cells. I just noticed.
Oh, do you really? Yeah. Oh, he followed you in then, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, I followed them before they showed up tonight.
Thanks for the follow, Static.
Yeah, I haven't followed you yet, K-Rock, but you just keep talking such crazy shit. I don't know.
Love is all around.
Well, Last Two Brain Cells, I gave you a follow. Love to hear what your show's about. I noticed that you have a podcast and you do a comedy podcast, and you kind of mix it in with some weird history of wild facts and nutty stories. Wow. Okay. So you're kind of similar to Static Radio a little bit here. Well,
they're kinship.
There you go. Hey, your new best friend, Bob.
You said nutty, and damned likes nutty.
So
nutty on
fuck yeah, I do.
Oh my goodness.
So Megan, what's going on with you? I haven't heard from Megan. Megan, are you okay over there, Megan?
I'm here. I'm listening in. I'm outside with my dog right now, but I'm just here listening and laughing. He's a Beagle Cocker Spaniel.
A cute dog.
Very
nice.
An adorable breed, it sounds.
So yes, I'm here. Carry on, gents. I'm here.
Just take
carry on, she said.
Pip pip, cheerio.
Pip pip, cheerio. Fuck. You stole my joke.
That was totally cute.
We're having a spot of tea out on the veranda.
Okay, now you're gonna make me say something that's Australian as shit. Like, let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
You want a cup of tea,
I'm
huh?
going to
Yes,
hell
sir.
with
You
saying
want a
that.
cup of tea with a cup of brandy, huh? Yes, sir.
Jen's got her hand up again.
What do you want, Jen? Stop putting your hand up.
I didn't put my hand up.
Oh,
you
your
little
hand
liar.
cute, Jen.
Oh, it's got. I see a picture of a hand. So
I'm pretty sure I said that. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
I didn't put a hand up.
Okay.
Well, I saw you put a
right.
hand up, and he did too.
Somebody's fibbing on me.
Guys, I apologize. Jen's bringing in her Tourette's again. Apologize again for that.
Oh no.
Shut up, Savage, you little liar, you. I ain't got that.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I'm pretty sure I don't.
No, you're good. Bob, I don't know how much time you have. I don't want to take too much of your time because I know, you do have a family and have to get back to that sometimes,
you gotta feed the family. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, no, I was going to try to wrap it up here. Did you have anything else you wanted me to go over or anything like that? No.
No, I mean, if you want to plug, I'll leave the attention to you to plug, how they can find you and, about your show on Monday nights with Plausible.
I'll leave that to Croc and Damned plug everything. But sorry, I couldn't help myself. No, I mean, you can go to staticradio.com at Static Radio. We usually record on Monday nights on plausible.com and, just join in the fun, the kookiness.
Well, I appreciate you being here.
All right. And thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Michael. And I'll talk to you. I'll be appearing at the Savage Studios on Friday morning, but I don't know when that goes out though. I don't think you're live on that day, but
well, we do a live, every show now, is going to be a live stream on both Rumble and on X. So you can catch the first merry-go-round of that, this Friday morning, around 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble and X with myself and, Bob Lament from Static Radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Saturday morning, you'll see the audio version on Spotify with just a little extra stuff. Some CGI and Hollywood magic into it too as well.
Exactly. Yeah. The Hollywood magic gets sprinkled in, but,
you know me, Bob. I love putting that stuff in my shows, man.
I know you got all kinds of stuff going on. Savage Unfiltered. Check it out.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Well, I appreciate it. 1 second. Stick around for about less than a minute. I think Croc has something for you.
He's got his hand up now. Everybody's putting their hand up.
I want to promote where I'm going to be at next week.
Where are you going to be at, Croc?
I will be at Applebee's with Savage. We're taking on the Riblet Challenge, and we will not be stopped.
Oh yeah, where's it going to be? What Applebee's are you talking about, Croc?
I don't fucking care. We'll meet at that one. That $2 fucking margarita, we're going to get hammered.
All right. Invite Miles. Miles might come with you.
You're going to get hammered on watered down swill from Applebee's.
And meth.
Oh God. Well,
I mean,
anyway,
hey, it sounds
guys,
like it increases the fun value.
Yeah. 1 second, guys. Let me depart, Static Radio out of here, and then I'm going to continue the space for about another half hour, and then I'm going to call it a night. But, Bob, man, thanks for being part of the show. Thanks for being part of Savage Underground, guys. Make sure you hit that like and follow button on all his content here on X. And shoot over to staticradio.com. You can find him there with all his amazing, humorous, comical episodes there. Just about anywhere you can find a podcast. Appreciate it, Bob.
Hey, thanks for having me. You guys all have a good night. Jen, don't have any nightmares about dead bodies, and Croc.
Oh, that's long gone. Yeah.
And Croc,
but Bob, you have a great evening, and it was nice to meet you.
Yeah. And Croc, make sure you put some gloves on before you take care of your business.
Yeah, put a sock on the pickle. Anyways.
I wish I had
have a good night, Stat.
Later.
Have a good night, retard. I mean, special.
All right. Take it easy, Bob. Anyways. So, yeah, man. What'd you think of Static Radio, Croc?
Nah, he's a good fucking guy, dude. I like him.
He's a damn good guy.
He's funny. Yeah. I like his character. I'm really not I'm so fucking tired from dealing with the family all day. I'm not really fun right now. I wish I could be more fun to talk to him, because I think he should enjoy a good Croc Fest, but he didn't get that tonight, and I apologize.
A Croc Fest? What the hell is a Croc Fest? Please explain.
That's when I put it right on his face and fart. I mean, it's gonna be balls deep. He loves it. He's talked to me about it. He wants it. He's like, that's the only static I need in my life is the rumble on my throat from your butthole.
Oh no, man!
I knew it. I knew it was something kinky and weird.
Croc Fest.
He said that verbatim.
Well, he's a good character, man. You guys gotta listen to him, man, over there on staticradio.com, man. Damn good personality I mean, he's been doing it for 25 fucking years, man. And he hasn't slowed down a damn bit, you know?
I mean, hey. Why slow down when you're already ahead?
Yeah. You know, this last two brains, I want to hear from your last two brain cells. You got a podcast, man. I want to hear what your show's about. You know,
not only that, how are you still a listener?
Yeah, I mean, he followed me automatically, and I'm like, I've not had any interaction yet.
Well, I threw but still isn't, taking the grab yet, so.
Oh no, I was about to call them Cinder. Snyder is connecting.
Well, everybody having fucking connection problems now on this damn app. Oh.
It sucks though.
And, oh no, now there's two Snyders.
No, he's trying to connect. That's probably what it is. He's going through like broadband connection or something. Probably data or fucking Wi-Fi or something.
AOL.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's still around?
Wait, that
No.
shit's still around?
I got a couple of bits.
Nuh-uh.
I searched a couple of
AOL is
bits.
not alive. It's been dead.
Just like radio.
That
Just
shit
kidding.
is more
Still have
dead
radio
than
clocks.
Biden.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude is not dead, and I kind of wish he was.
No, that's a husk of a man that's being walked around with fucking fruit shoes and fucking pudding and ice cream.
I mean, in my opinion, I just think that he's like one of those bugs that have fungus on them.
Oh God.
Little puppets, they are.
I bet he smells like formaldehyde.
I never thought I'd hear those
You ever
words
smell
before.
decomposing humans?
Yes, unfortunately, I had to go to a fucking wake at some point.
Okay, well they didn't. Ugh.
Are you guys talking about Bernie?
They said, brother, I gotta get some sleep.
Snyder's back.
Hey, Snyder,
Hey,
welcome.
Snyder,
For a
what's
few
up,
more
buddy?
minutes, if Snyder's in here to finger blast me, what's going on, Snyder?
Good Lord,
Only
the
after,
Croc Fest has came alive.
Oh,
only after we play Carpenter.
Is anyone else smoking here? Nobody else is smoking? That's surprising.
We just
I
lost
will be in a
the two
bit.
brain cells. I don't know what happened to the brain cells. They just lost and left the room, I guess. I don't know.
The brain cells are now gone. Now the last two brain cells are
No, I
here.
mean, I'm looking at his fucking bio. The guy seems interesting. He's been
what's
kind
up,
of
Snyder?
chiming in for like the last 20 minutes now in the conversation as a listener. I threw him a mic 3 times. 3 times. I wanted to
Who?
speak to the guy. You know, like
Oh,
I'm a fellow podcaster. I see he's a podcaster. I want to know what the fuck he's about. You know?
Yeah, let's see what makes that brain tick.
Exactly. You know, why do they call him lost for 2 brain cells or whatever the hell they call him for? I want to know about
I
that.
don't know, but he followed me, and I've never had any interaction with him, so I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, we had Bob Lamette here from Static Radio. Damn good guy. Check him out, guys, on Monday nights, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. Damn good show there on Plausible. He's going to be getting into something funny. He's telling me he's actually DMing me right now. Actually through Facebook Messenger. He's telling me, thanks for having me on. Sorry I had a few issues. What issues did he have? He didn't have any issues. Oh, he's talking about how he came in. He doesn't do a lot of spaces. He's old school, guys. Old school talk radio guy.
Well, honestly, that's a mood.
Yeah. Libertarian, what's going on? How you doing? Libertarian AH Pilot Kev. This guy's a 2-time Valley, excuse me. I'm reading it as I'm oh, he left. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
what about Snyder, dude? What's up with you tonight, brother?
Yeah. What's up, man?
Not much. I said, watching the Alamo with Justin.
Aw, that sounds fun. Nice, pleasant.
Doing what?
Watching the Alamo with Justin.
Who's Justin?
No idea, but it still sounds cute and
That'd be
sweet.
his son or friend or whatever.
You're just saying that's nice, not knowing who the hell Justin is. It could be just in case. It could be just in time. You never know.
It could be
Hey
Justin
guys, I
Timberlake
got
for
some
all we
breaking
know.
news. Breaking news here on Savage
Justin is my
Underground.
stock.
Some breaking news. Just got a DM from Last Two Brain Cells podcast. Currently on a long commute, enjoying the show. Would love to connect another time. Oh, he's driving, so that's why he couldn't chime in, I guess.
You know, mood.
The brain cells only focus on the GPS, not the actual conversation, so he can't multitask. Got it. 10-4. Okay.
10-4.
At least he was nice enough to let you know what was going on, you know?
Yeah, he just sent me a DM, Jen, about probably about a minute ago, as we were kind of talking about it.
Might have been a red light. That's the only thing I can give him, because,
It's a high possibility, Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm also a high possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
No, I'm just tired.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm actually going to go ahead and toast out, y'all. I'm not very fun tonight. Nah, I'm not going to apologize for that, but I will be funnier next time.
Oh,
Dude,
you gonna
you've been
dip out?
nothing but fun since
Cool,
I
man.
got here.
Well, Croc, you get some sleep, okay? You had a bad long day, okay?
It was a great day with family. It was a great day at the lake with family. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
Savage, thank you for hosting, man. Great host. Always a great host.
I appreciate the
Snyder,
hell out of you, man. Take it easy, bud.
Megan, Jen, everybody have a blessed night.
You as
Good
well,
night. I hope you
Mr.
have it
Croc.
better tomorrow.
Night-night.
All right, buddy.
Now my pipes taste like what a hamster smells like.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
My tobacco tastes weird.
Oh, well, you maybe stop sticking it in your ass and then it won't taste weird.
Oh, I wish I could stick it in my ass,
Oh,
but I don't really want to.
Well, why would it taste weird then? Like, what are you dipping it in? You dipping it in anything kind of funny or something, or what?
No, I just put vanilla and banana tobacco in there and a weed nugget.
Oh, you don't do that stuff.
Why not?
Why are you mixing weird flavors in your pipe? That don't make no sense.
I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea at the time, and I have a big bag of tobacco that I leave in a sandwich baggie, I think that is.
I know why
It's
you're
a store.
doing this because one, I know why you're doing it, buddy. You're young. You're probably a millennial. You're trying to experiment to try to stay cool or be cool. But
Nah,
that's
I'm a
not
Gen
cool,
Z
man.
I'm a Gen Z with crappy parents.
Oh,
My mother forced me to smoke weed and cigarettes, and I pretty much said no to all that shit altogether. Then my uncle got me into drinking beer because I can't stomach actual alcohol.
well, why did your mother force you to smoke weed?
Because I was stuck on a long trip with her to a resort that I didn't want to go to. I kind of
Oh,
enjoy my time alone typically. Unless I'm in
oh,
spaces, in which case, I like you guys. You guys are chill. All of you.
I appreciate it. I'm trying to bring Sage in here. Sage was telling me about the show. He's like, "Oh, you still doing the space and everything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're still doing it." So maybe he'll join us or something.
Perhaps.
Sage is cool.
It'll be fun either way.
I follow a Sage, but I don't know which Sage you're talking about.
Oh, Sage Outcast. Yeah, he's a
He sounds
podcaster.
interesting.
No, he's a podcaster like myself. I've had him on the show once, and then I was actually on his show once. I might bring him on again. He's pretty good with the comical, but he's more like a political type of guy. He can't blend very well.
So he gets in the nitty gritty of politics, right?
Pretty much, yeah. But he's a good guy. He just can't blend well like I can. Like I can blend into just about any topic. It's a very rare commodity of us podcasters that actually can do that.
So he's more straightforward, and you're more flexible and personable, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm your original terrestrial radio guy. People that don't have terrestrial radio experience, they can't blend through the topic, so to speak.
Huh. Interesting.
Very.
Yeah, if they can't blend with the topic, you're going to get like a Timcast type of scenario, if you get what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, ladies and gents, I must take my leave. I don't know whether I'm tired, thirsty, or annoyed. I don't know why I'm annoyed.
Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you dip out, go figure out what 3 they may be, and then come back to me 10 minutes and say, "Oh, well, I figured out I was thirsty." And then you have a good night.
You know what? Well, actually, you're kind of accurate because it's mainly thirst.
Oh, well, go get something to drink before you pass out, man.
True. Yeah, going. Ah!
I appreciate it. You're always welcome back on Savage
Savage,
Underground,
I'm going to take him
man.
bow out tonight. Savage, I'm going to take him bow out tonight, and I thank you very much for allowing me to join in on your space tonight, and it was quite enjoyable and very informative.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna end the space anyway here. I was only gonna keep it from at least 10 o'clock to about 11:45ish, 12 a.m. So I'm gonna dip out, but I appreciate you coming in. Damned, thank you very much for coming in. Thanks for the follow. And you're always welcome back, man. Appreciate it.
Good night, everyone, and have a pleasant 4th of July tomorrow.
All right, take it easy, guys. Be safe tomorrow. Megan Snyder, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, guys.